Conspiracy, an epilogue. We finish up with a discovery. Watching Ava travel around the Pact Worlds and investigate an old mystery. We didn't have time for this as I had to cut things off, but the final bit of a discovery asks the active player to say what you have learned, if anything, and how your character feels about this.
She has learned something. She didn't figure out her big discovery there at the end, but she did learn through talking with Rix, or well, at least, the
R period, Y period, X period.
Yes. That not only does the team need her, but she needs the team. And they play off each other, and they are better for each other when they are together. At least that's what she took away from it. So she wanted to do this one last thing, and then she wants to reconnect. And there will be some apologies and probably crying, and maybe she'll buy Peaches a nice bottle of vodka.
Or a shitty bottle of vodka.
Peaches won't care at this point.
Yeah, right.
It's whatever.
Okay.
Stoli.
Yeah. Not sure if anyone had any questions about it, because I know that was a part of it too, but yeah, that would be that.
Will you ever get over this?
The closet, your new favorite place.
She hated the closet.
But now it reminds you of Rick, so.
This is the closet Rix put me in.
Every time she's in an elevator, breaks down.
That's some quality shit. So
You're gonna have to come out of the closet, Ava.
Oh man, who wants to do the next thing?
What's left on our list here? I see listed another one from Jim and another one from Amber. That's all I see on the list.
Yeah, but mine's sort of at the end. Because the conclusion of my return to bad habits involves me not being around. Therefore, I couldn't participate in any of the others.
And my next thread relies heavily upon what happened here on Octurne and how that shakes out.
Flex.
Yeah, I can go.
Go!
I'm all warm in the fuzzy. The
Let's do
maple
it.
rye whiskey is doing its job.
Oh yeah, baby.
Perfect.
Loosen them lips.
It's
So,
more numbing that raw nerve.
Get that phone date going with Vorsen.
What is Flex doing? What does Flex want to do with Flex's time?
Lex wants to get back to the space station and go visit Borson.
Okay, let me find. I had. What was I calling that?
I don't remember.
Animated disagreement.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of game is this?
I don't know
Quiet
if Flex
Moment.
is doing a game.
I think I said a quiet moment, but I don't know if that's right.
You did say a quiet moment because we made several
Innuendos.
comments about that.
Right. We'll say this is happening on the roof of the penthouse. Where is Flex? There's Flex.
We've already built that set, so it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We can just
Bottle
continue.
episode.
The question is, where is Borsen's token?
I think you had him in there for
I
a little
did,
bit.
but I lost it. I found one. Okay.
How's this supposed to go again?
I moved him, Alec.
So you want to do? Thank you, Jack. You want to do the quiet moment with Borsen?
I guess so. I don't know what else makes sense.
Okay. Give me a moment to
ridiculous.
find that and read it again. We
Flex
did
wouldn't.
a quiet moment already on the stream, but I'll read it again, just as a refresher. Invite one other player to share a quiet moment. This may be either a platonic, romantic, or ambiguous. This may be the moment. State your intention and agree with your partner before you begin the game. Determine where you're taking this quiet moment. Begin by telling each other one thing you notice about the other. Converse as you like, naturally. During the conversation, either of you may, whenever you like, begin an exchange by making a call. The other then responds to conclude the exchange, return to conversation, or advance to the next exchange as you like. At any time after the third exchange, any player may interrupt you by having someone else enter the scene. Otherwise, continue your conversation and exchanges until you part, or draw a curtain on what follows. If there's a risk you'll be caught together, then any player may, after any answer, have you throw. On tails, you're discovered or exposed. So, I have just thrown us here onto the roof of the penthouse, which is as good a place as any for a quiet moment between Flex and best friend Zich Vorsen. Flex, is this platonic, romantic, or ambiguous?
Ambiguous, of course.
Perfect. Perfect.
Of course.
Kevin, you know that's not just referring to Flex being large and muscular.
Flex doesn't know what's going on. Flex just flexes while flexing.
Yeah, it's ambiguous because he's unsure what's happening. Or sorry, Flex is
Accurate.
So we begin by telling each other one thing we noticed about the other. And I think Vorsen notices, he's a very analytical Sharon, that something's amiss with Flex. Flex seems a little down, which is unusual for Flex.
Yeah, and Flex notices Vorsen's been working on his celestial body.
Oh, thank you. I
and
didn't think
the
you would notice.
ambiguity is over.
Maybe
Was
they're
there
just
ever
gym bros,
ambiguity
okay?
to start with?
Mm-hmm. Don't have his
Hey, Flex can appreciate when someone's been working on them abs. Doing that squat game, yo.
Whoa,
Vorsen,
dude, you're way more ambiguous than last time I saw you.
right? Vorsen says, "Why, hello, Flex. Why, what do I have the pleasure of seeing you about today?"
Flex wanted to tell you what Flex has experienced.
Oh, okay. What's been going on, Flex?
Flex performed Ibra's will and removed those who harm celestial bodies, but unfortunately seems to have joined a group of others who are harming celestial bodies.
Vorsen's antennae twitch excitedly, and he says, "Well, I know that must be difficult for Flex. I'm sorry to hear that. Tell me more about this situation."
Flex will recite what he experienced, or Flex experienced, in the chamber, watching clones destroy other clones. Flex had thought that all the clones were themselves unique since they had experienced things differently, and that watching them destroy the celestial bodies that could have experienced the same thing was an affront to Ibra. And Flex feels very unclean.
Ah, yes, this is grave news indeed, Flex. I don't know what to say. This is pretty far, and I was fine with genocide.
Flex agrees. Flex feels a loyalty, so Flex doesn't feel he should say anything to the authorities, but Flex hopes Vorsen will do the right thing.
I see. Well, I'm not sure, Flex, if there's anything that we can do about this situation. I understand that they were celestial bodies that were destroyed, but they were also rays, and, well, you know how I feel about the Greys.
It was made clear to Flex that these individuals were not Greys. They were copies created by the Greys, but no less themselves an individual with endless potential lost.
This is true, Flex. I see. Well, I will do what I can. What is the outcome you would hope for in this situation?
Flex would like to take Vorsen's hand, look Vorsen in the eyes, and go, I trust in you. Vorsen does the right thing, because Vorsen is a hero.
How would Vorsen respond to that?
One of the calls.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, trying to decide.
Could always reveal a vulnerability.
You think Vorsen has vulnerabilities?
Yeah.
Maybe
Vorsen
he
is-
acknowledges.
Vorsen is nothing
Vorsen
but
is the ultimate hero.
vulnerabilities. Vorsen says, I appreciate that, Flex. To be honest, I've never truly felt like a hero myself. I must confess, you know, when you met me, or I suppose when I met Flex, no one in this agency believed in me. No one trusted that I knew what I was talking about. I was laughed out of every special task force I was assigned to. It's been a difficult road, but Flex's actions and Flex's group's actions have paved the way for me to advance in my career. Not that I care about that. I just care about stopping the dangers of the unseen. But I do appreciate the work that Flex has put in on my behalf, unknowingly.
Flex, being the Flex that he is, will emphasize to Vorsen that Vorsen did not see what Flex saw. Therefore, this is the unseen, which Vorsen is the best at combating.
Got him!
Flex makes a good point. So, would Flex like me to gas Flex's allies? Is that what I'm hearing?
Flex will wink, saying, Flex trusts Vorsen's decisions.
Flex is putting out a hit on the rest of the party, and I don't even know if Flex realizes it.
I feel like clearly an interruption should happen, but
Do it! This is the
Vorsen's
time.
antennas are twitching in a very confused manner. There's a lot of emotion going through Vorsen right now. He says, Flex, this is a lot. Aren't you a champion of Ibra. Would Ibra want this?
Flex has clearly lost Ibra's blessing after what has occurred. While Flex caresses Vorsen's arm, Flex will say, I must cleanse myself. It will require the ritual of the 1 million flexes.
Hey, real quick. Did Ava make it back?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else is back. I
Like-
guess if Flex is back, then Peaches and Cornelius are back.
Yeah, everyone is
Yeah.
back somewhere.
So
Except for
A-
Rix. He's still dead.
So Ava made it back?
Don't tell Cornelius.
Yeah.
All right. At the next interchange, she's going to
Okay.
intervene.
You can have interruptions after a certain amount of exchanges, right? And you just
We've gone through
Fine.
that many, yeah.
And
Oh yeah, I think there's a chance that you don't
Yeah.
intervene.
you flip a coin, and on tails you're discovered.
Well, that's only if you're purposely trying to hide. I don't know if that's what they're trying to do.
Quiet moment between two individuals on a rooftop underneath the stars who possibly would expect a stranger to walk in on this.
on top of our private penthouse.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm going
that we
to
all
kick
live
the
at.
door and see what's going on in there.
I mean, it is out. You guys are at the bar by the pool. That's
Right.
probably the most popular spot.
Of the,
Peaches, certainly.
of the penthouse that we
Cool the
currently
whole
own.
time.
Well, this is the location that has the milkshake dispenser. Where else would we be?
Frozen margaritas, baby.
So Vorsen says, the 1,000 million flexes. That sounds intense. I guess. Good luck with that, Flex.
Thank you, Vorsen. You have always been a fine celestial body. And Flex will leave.
Oh, okay. But bye, Flex. That was fine. I'm fine with what happened.
Well, guess I'll go make some deadly mustard gas.
Pretty much. He is going to finish his milkshake.
Right, like the person
Rightfully so.
the person that Flex chooses to confide in about his issues with what happened is the person who wants to commit genocide. Which I find very ironic.
Seems fun.
Vorsen
I don't know that-
1000% would have made the same choice as Peaches and Cornelius.
I don't know that Flex knows about the genocide.
Right? I
He
don't
seems to
think so.
look at Borson through some rose-colored glasses.
Some
Yeah,
Flex
I
colored
feel like
Hey, when you wear rose-colored glasses, red flags just look like flags.
I feel like Flex is like the authorities need to do something about this, and Vorsen's gonna put like Peaches and Cornelius through for a commendation.
right? He's gonna like try to put them on a special team.
Yes, Flex, I understand. I'll promote them immediately.
So, Flex, you leave the conversation, and Vorsen finishes his milkshake. Does anything else happen at this particular moment, or are we done with your scene?
This is it. Flex is gonna find a ship and go back to the Despera.
Yes.
Flex is leaving, not just leaving the rooftop.
Well, first you have to leave the rooftop to go where you're going, to then leave it.
Okay, where's Flex going to be in an hour, a day, and a week?
I don't know how intergalactic travel works, nor relations in
You can get-
space and time.
You can get anywhere within a week in space.
Pretty much.
Then within a week, Flex will be back where he began, in his little room in the Despera, doing his million flexing to try to regain Ibra's blessing.
And how long does that typically take?
I don't know. I've never flexed a million times.
So I imagine that Flex
Okay.
leaves without telling anyone, and all of a sudden we're like, well, I guess Flex is gone.
Yeah.
Pretty
Flex,
accurate statement.
Did you didn't tell anyone? Did you leave a note or anything?
Nope. Clearly, Flex is.
Psycho murderers so they can hunt Flex down?
Yeah.
Did you give Vorsen any indication this was the last time Vorsen would see you?
I don't believe so. I don't think Flex would understand that concept of actually saying goodbye. It was more like, I trust you. You got
Okay.
a nice ass. Bye.
Hey, was this computer always here? This computer was always here.
It's Betty.
It's Betty.
But
You might
what?
not be able to see the nameplate on it, but it says Betty on my screen.
Betty is in my powered armor.
Yeah,
What's going
but
on?
we had the situation where she was like part of the scene, so I gave her a token.
I can't see any of this because
It's
Kavita's
on-
gone.
Yeah, it's got.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have viewing permissions. That's right.
So
And then there were 3.
yeah, Flex.
It'd be Betty.
Flex is gone, guys. That's something.
And Ava has no idea what the hell happened. She just flew in and is like, "Hey guys, where's Flex?"
She just walks in and sees Vorson leaving with an empty milkshake.
Right. He took another one for the road. To be clear.
Yeah.
A different.
gotta-
You always
flavor.
got to take the roadie, Betty.
Gotta get the roadie with you.
Wow, man.
Well,
Stuff has bite.
that was something.
And I think Peaches is probably oblivious to the fact that he was upset and left. So she's just kind of like, well, I don't know. I guess we just go. We're getting kind of loud here. We should probably figure out another team member or two.
Or 2, you say?
Or 2. Well, what's
Jackass, 2 characters going forward. Nice.
what are we doing next?
Does that open the way for Ava's next scene, Jim?
I guess, but I hate going this many times in a row.
I mean, we can do the hiring of a new character now.
Well, so here's my issue with doing the hiring a new character. Why? What thing is going on that's like, all right, our team's falling apart. What's our next mission? Like why are we recruiting a team?
You want the hook first? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, we need
Hers, but it's not the real one.
Yeah.
Like-
Peaches might assemble a team for her own plotting.
Peaches assumes that we're just going to go after the Greys. It's like, we're just going to keep
Ava
going after.
might want to just restart the Pathfinders.
well, that's what some of that was sort of hinting at, and maybe that is what we could do mine then. Is because basically her next one is about trying to dissect her dreams and figure out what the hell's really going on.
All right. Well, either flip a coin or somebody pick.
It's between you, Jack, and Jim.
I am ready to go as soon as everyone is ready for me to go. If you
Everybody's
all are
ready, buddy.
If you're ready to interview new characters to join your superhero squad, I am good to go. If you don't feel that everyone is at that place yet, then that's on you.
I don't know how we would be at that place without something forcing us into that place.
I mean, maybe Vorson says now that Vorson tells you Flex left. Here's some other candidates for helping out your team.
Team of Peaches.
If you want
Cornelius.
to do the thing next, Vorson can go downstairs and talk to Peaches.
Okay. I like
What
it.
thing? What are you talking about?
Huh?
What thing?
Jack's section.
Why does he have to go talk to Peaches?
To give a little hook for getting more
Well,
members. Were you not paying attention?
Find out, Amber.
Sorry. It was just very specific to Peaches and not Ava or Cornelius. So I was like, what's going on?
Everyone knows that Peaches is in charge now. Everyone.
No way. No, hard no.
Peaches
I
is
don't
the
know.
captain.
I mean, Peaches knows she's the queen.
It's Peaches, Cornelius, and Ava.
She was-
Peaches is the captain.
Yeah, I
Peaches
have a
is
feeling
literally
Peaches
anointed.
wins. I feel Peaches has won that game out of the 3 people left.
Yeah. Here, I'll give you view permission on Peaches, Nathan, so you can see.
I was gonna turn him into bed,
Screen.
but I
You
That
can
doesn't
do that
matter.
Okay, then. Let's wind it back a smidge. Vorson will finish his milkshake, and then realizing that Flex is gone, will go downstairs. And he will, Effect is not here. He will make his way over to everybody and say, hey, guys, nice to see you all. I just had a very totally normal conversation with Flex. I think Flex is gone forever. FYI.
What do you mean forever?
What the heck happened?
It's fine.
It seemed like Flex was a little concerned about some actions that some of your party members took and felt that Flex couldn't really be around you anymore without wanting to murder you.
I just got back like 10 minutes ago. What the heck happened? What'd you guys do?
I mean, we just had a totally normal mission.
You know, Flex is kind of strange.
Vorson steps up and says, "To be clear, I am totally on board with everything that happened. I would have made the same choice."
I mean,
What
Fixara
happened?
was a little annoying, but I mean, I think he's great. I think we should ask him to join the team. I don't think we should be worried about it.
What did you guys do?
We just took care of some personal business.
Personal business that has Crazy Man here saying he supports you and Flex leaving.
I mean, Ava, did you really expect Flex to stick around?
I mean, he stuck around the whole rest of the time.
I mean, because he was tasked us to be here.
Except it sounds like that's not really how it went, Mr. Vorson.
I mean, we didn't do anything that wasn't called for. We just foiled a gray plan to use more clones for nefarious purposes. And, Flex didn't like it. But he didn't say, Flex didn't say anything at the time. He had no objections at the time. So I don't know why he's upset now. Why Flex is upset now.
Vorson
Oh, you guys found more grays?
slowly inches his way up to Ava and leans in and presses his face as close as he can to hers and says, "They liquefied a whole bunch of clones."
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to blow people's eardrums out, but that basically be very loud. You guys did what?
I mean, they were literal clones that the Greys were going to use to infiltrate people's lives. They were going to kill people and put these clones in their place. What were we supposed to do?
Weren't you guys literal clones that were supposed to do that?
Yeah. I wish someone had done that to me sometimes.
It's true.
No, you don't. No, I don't want that. No one wants that.
I mean, you're not a clone, Ava.
Yeah, and I love you guys.
Okay, but I know what it's like to be this, and I'm just saying how I feel about it. And these clones were just sitting there programmed to do evil shit for evil people.
Did you talk to one of them?
No, they weren't activated.
Why didn't you see what they were about?
I mean, we fought how many clones in the last however long it's been?
Were they like that? Were they not fully formed?
I don't know. We didn't really have time to find out. Fixara was about to die in the other room. Fixara was holding off Grays while we were trying to deal with the situation. We didn't really have time to buy him a drink.
That doesn't justify just murdering them. What?
I mean,
what the heck?
I don't really see the problem. They were infiltrators of the Greys programmed to do evil. And that's all they were ever going to be.
You can't know that.
I mean, that's what they'd be doing right now if we hadn't stopped the situation.
Cornelius, what'd you think about this?
For all you know, we're them. He raises his eyebrows to Peaches.
Vorson picks back up in conversation and says, "It's really much easier this way. There would have been so much paperwork if we had brought them, or you had brought them back, and we would have had to make new ID numbers and find them a place to live. This is just better for everyone."
Shut the hell up, Vorson.
What I'm saying is we didn't have time for all that. Did you want us to let Fixara die in the other room? We didn't
I
have
wanted you to go in there with more of a plan if you knew this is what was going to happen. Why'd you guys call me?
We didn't know it was going to happen. We were just following a lead and ended up in a shitstorm.
What the heck did you think was the lead that you guys thought there were going to be clones there?
No, we just were investigating a lead that Betty found that said there could be clones of our family members out there in the world. Like, we had no real evidence that this
all you had to do was call me. I would have been there in a heartbeat to help you guys out with that.
Well, you were off on your little eat, pray, love, and Rick's is dead, and Flex is weird. It was just me and Cornelius. We did what we had to do, okay?
Well, that's just what you guys are always going to do then, huh? Just whatever you want. Kill people, make decisions for people. What the hell's wrong with you?
I mean, I think we have a different definition of people.
Yeah, they weren't people.
Ouch.
I don't even know how to respond to that. You don't get to make decisions like that.
I don't know what to tell you. It's all we had in the moment. It's all we had. Let them do evil shit for the Greys or end it right then and there before they were ever even awake. They didn't know what was going on. They weren't conscious. They weren't living. They were just a bunch of cells programmed with a bunch of memories, and they were just going to do evil shit. They weren't individuals.
How do you don't know that? That's what anyone could have said about the five of you guys.
And I wouldn't have disagreed.
But look what you've done. You overcome the whole. You were integral to overcoming a whole plot to coming over the whole freaking packed worlds. If it wasn't for us, you guys, the clones, that would never happen. That was a force for good.
Yeah, but I mean, how many clones out there never did that?
I don't know.
And I mean...
So you're special and they're not. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying it was dumb luck.
But there is no, that's not what you think. That's an excuse.
I mean, I don't feel like they were individuals. I might be an individual now, but that's because I've had however much time to become an individual.
And you robbed that of them.
But they weren't there. They were nothing and no one.
You really think that? Like, deep down, do you really think that?
Yeah.
Cornelius?
Yeah, when I see you, or if I see Pieces or Rick, wherever he is, and Kuvina, when I see them, I feel something. I feel, like something. It doesn't necessarily even have to be positive, but it's something. We looked at these and I found nothing.
Does Peaches have a drink in her hand by chance?
Yeah, of course.
Ava's going to reach out and grab it and throw it against the wall. How do you respond to
that? She probably just pulls the flask out. And
she'll do the same. And she'll yell at you like, you know what? Fine. If you want to make life or death decisions, if you want to play freaking deity, then you don't get to do it while you're freaking intoxicated. You need to clean yourself up. You need to make you killed people, whether they were fully formed people or whether they were copies of people. You can't.
No. I think you're trying to push your sense of morality on me. We ain't got the same idea about it, and that don't make me wrong.
It doesn't make you right either.
Well, it don't make you right neither.
Yeah, but the point is you didn't even take the time to figure it out. I realized
we didn't have the time. If we would have taken the time, we would have all been dead. Me, Cornelius, Fixara, Flex, we would have been dead.
He's right.
We were being swarmed by Greys. You saw how hard it was to take one out. We had no choice but to make a quick decision and get the fuck out.
I hope you know that you have to live with that for the rest of your life.
I mean, I don't have a problem living with that.
Fine.
Forsen takes a loud, annoying pull on his milkshake.
And
Say,
then what
this
happened?
seems like kind of a personal conversation. I don't know if I should be here for this, but
No, you should be. Get the hell out of here, Forsen.
I'm really enjoying it.
Wait, is it Kevin Borson now?
I'm gonna go sit over here. Thanks.
But I don't know. There's nothing more to say. But that was a good heated exchange.
More to the point, we didn't actually get to the part where we need a new team member.
Instead, we just created a thread that needed to happen.
That's been simmering for a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alec, where was that hook at? I didn't see no hook.
I was Vorson was busy like checking out what was going on over there. And
And
so
Toby was creepy breathing the whole time.
I think I'm assuming Ava is going to storm off somewhere.
No.
Okay.
No, she's going to sit there and look right at her.
Storm back into the elevator.
So Vorson will finish his milkshake and set it down on the table in front of him, and then say, "Hey, it is really probably not my place, but things don't seem to be going so well for you guys. Your team is kind of falling apart here, and well, what I want to say is, you've all been really helpful in discovering certain things and taking care of situations. The most recent one, notwithstanding, again, I fully support you in your actions, but might be kind of hard to do that same kind of delicate work with such a small group. I might know a few individuals I could put you in contact with if you're still looking to do some gray-related work in the future.
Honestly, Borson, you're the same guy who put flex in front of us all the time. Is this, we just have a bunch of flexes? Is that what you got?
Was
Is that the best? Is that the best? What's after that?
Was Flex not the hero that you needed at the moment?
Where is he now?
Questionable.
Flex, to be honest, I don't know. Flex said something about doing 1 million flexes and then was gone. I don't know. They might just be downstairs. I can't be sure with Flex. But I mean,
Flex or no, we're 2 men down.
Flex kept you alive?
Sure. I mean, regardless, Cornelius, we're a 3-man team, and Ava and I aren't seeing eye to eye here, and we need to get some additional members. If we're gonna
Right, exactly. A buffer. That's what I was saying the whole time.
we're gonna
You need a
make
buffer.
in this gray onslaught, we're gonna need a bigger team. Can we at least agree on that, Ava?
I guess.
I mean, if we're gonna do good as you want to do and go after these grays and really take them out, we're gonna need a bigger team.
All right. I'm on board. I just want to make sure that we pick the right person, not. Yeah, all right. I'm on board. Show us your people. Whatever.
Not Flex.
Excellent. Perfect.
If you think they're close to Flux, just leave them out.
I will set everything up. Here, just a moment. Meet me at this address tomorrow.
Is it an Olive Garden or?
No, it is listed as
The single player.
pedantic pastries and milkshakes.
All right.
Fine. You're buying the first round.
All right, very well.
Peaches will look at Cornelius and kind of say under her breath, like, "We're gonna have so many pastries and milkshakes."
So many.
Ava's already in the kitchen emptying the fridge of liquor, throwing it down the drain.
You know we have a replicator, right?
That actually sounds perfect.
Right.
She still does this.
Yeah, I imagine Peaches just like, whatever.
Kitchen just making more, like pushing a button to make more.
Grumpy Cornelius is best.
I'm just imagining Peaches making like 2 bottles at once, handing one to Ava to pour away while drinking another one.
Yeah.
You missed one. You missed one. It's right here.
Right. Okay. Well, the next day you arrive at the pastries and milkshakes location. And Flex has already left at this point. So you are over here in front of the stage, and Forsen shows up and he says, all right, everyone, I've selected an interesting group of candidates for you all. They're all very different. They should all bring some interesting qualities to your team. I'm excited to see what you think of them.
Orson, was this some ploy to bring us to your improv night?
No, certainly not. Certainly not. Yeah, but
Well, we are
know,
getting up later.
just
That's coincidence.
yeah, it's fine. And Vorson goes and has a seat.
Gonna need a location?
Oh, you don't have vision, do you?
No, I was miming Vorsen's improv night.
Oh, I gotcha.
All right, Jack, take her away.
So Vorson has provided, I believe, Peaches with a list of candidates, so she can call them.
Throw Kuvina on
whatever
the map
order
so you can see.
Oh, I can see.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
Yeah.
To get out of here.
Also not looking really, so it's fine.
Peaches.
She's looking for the list. You lost it.
Oh,
Did you ever name the one yet to be named, or is
I
that
did.
their name?
I did. I will send that to you real quick, like.
Oop.
Sent.
Okay. So all I have is a list of names, so I don't know classes or anything. But
No one does. Not even Alec, actually.
let's go with Sapphire.
Sapphire. I don't know how to control Z stuff, so. Oh, I'm also on the wrong layer because. Stuff.
It's Shift to Z.
Oh, Shift Z. I gotta get on the right layer first, though. Right?
Mhm.
Will that work from the GM layer?
Probably.
Let's try it. Boop.
They're a unicorn. Awesome.
So yeah, I feel like you gamed the names out. You probably knew what you were looking for, didn't you? There.
I really just
Don't
picked
worry,
what I
Ava's about
wanted
to
to
ruin this first interview, so I hope it's not your favorite.
I don't have a favorite.
He loves them all equally.
Well, I love
So-
the rainbow unicorn the best, so it makes me sad.
So now I will move it to the token layer.
Are there 12 candidates?
There should still be 11.
Oh yeah, 11.
A large metallic unicorn prances in from outside or from the waiting room or wherever. I like to imagine all of these guys are just chilling in the green room together. As they step, the ground beneath their feet becomes alit for a moment before fading as they step forward. Like the scene in Big when they step on the keyboard keys and they light up. Kind of like that as they walk along, the ground lights up underneath their feet and they approach. Sapphire will not sit down because they are a horse.
Well, that's why I was putting Sapphire on the stage.
Oh, okay. That just seems awkward, though.
It is.
Greetings!
Hello.
Howdy.
You're the famed adventuring party that thwarted the Greys.
Yes, indeed. And who might you be?
I am Sapphire, the noble steed. Where I tread just as follows. and I am here to help you in your journey to rid this planet and this galaxy of evil.
Hi, Shaylin, you're beautiful. I have a question for you. Peaches over there murdered a bunch of clones. How do you feel about that? She stares.
Definition of murder, please, because I liberated the world.
Metallic sweat drips down their face.
Apologies, she's ruining the first one. I'm so sorry.
Vorson was stepping towards Ava to like gently nudge her in the side, like, "Hey, look at this candidate, right?" And then he just kind of sits
And
back
then
down
that happened.
sadly.
Let me ask you this. How about this? You come across an evil gray plot to take clones and put them into the world for evil. You have literally 5 minutes before your friend and beautiful dragonkin is slaughtered by greys. What would you do?
We are each of us thinking beings in this realm, and I find it not my place to question the actions of other sentient life forms. I only wish to work together with you so that we can achieve good ends.
Well, actually,
But the past
that sounds
is
pretty
the
good.
past.
The ends justify the means.
So, what are your accomplishments then?
What do you mean?
Have you done anything?
Yes, I have slain great evils among the stars.
What evils might those?
Oh, many kinds. Why, I once fought evil zombies on a zombie planet.
I believe you.
And what would you say your greatest weakness is?
My unerring commitment to justice.
I see what you did there. Yeah. And what special skills do you bring to the job? Are you a caster of sort?
I am a lance of light that pierces through all evil. And as they say that, the rainbow mane that they have will coalesce around their horn and cause it to shine brightly.
It is a rainbow, though.
Yeah.
Ava is now convinced you're the second coming of Shaylin.
Check this shit out. She will well, let me do this right. She will parade around the room, and what before was merely light will erupt in flame behind her. She leaves like a trail of fire across the room.
All right, so you cast spells. Okay.
No, my powers are innate to my being.
Hey.
What being might you be? I'm not familiar.
One of majesty and grace.
All right, next, please, next.
Touches.
Touches.
Yeah, just trying to figure out if you're real.
Solid metal.
Fucking metal.
Well, thank you for your time. We will be in touch.
Excellent. And she will turn into a beam of light and shoot off at the speed of light across the room and leave.
That one gets my vote.
I mean, Ava, I'm not sure what that was. Like, really not sure.
That was a sign. That was a sign from my old god.
A sign of what?
God.
Sign of what?
That she's still with us. The rainbow?
Cornelius comes back from the bar with a tray full of milkshakes and says, "So, what are we waiting on?"
Well, I think Edge is up next. I think we're waiting on our next candidate to take the stage.
Oh god, it's literally called Edge. Oh no.
Vorson says, "Look, I mean, these are all great candidates, but I mean, that was one of my best. 2 for 2 here. Flex and then Sapphire. Come on."
A hooded figure approaches from the back room.
It's Rix.
Howdy.
They'll walk up to Vorson because that's the person they recognize, I suppose.
Oh no, not here on the stage. They want you on the stage.
Oh, that seems like a lot to do. Okay.
They're very dramatic.
Well, we got a stage. I think it's silly not to use it.
You're Edge, I presume.
Yeah, name's Edge. I
And,
hear. I've heard a lot about you guys. I'm big fans of your work, actually.
Heard a lot about us from Thorson, or
Yep, that was me.
Forson's talked about you. I saw you guys kill that dude on TV, and that's when I knew that I had to get in touch with you.
Because of the killing or because of who he was?
yeah.
It's a long story. So see, I personally used to be a chief inspector for the stewards. I was recently promoted, and it's a long story, but Reptoid tried to murder me and steal my identity.
They are the worst.
They didn't exactly succeed, but my life was ruined in the fallout. Ever since then, I kind of been on the run. Really, the only steward I still talk to is Borson. All the other ones are trying to arrest or murder me. And then I happened to be watching the TV and saw you guys kill that Reptoid crazy InfoWars bastard. And I was like, these guys get what I'm going through.
I really mean this as no offense, but is it okay if Peaches sniffs you?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I have a bit of a special ability to sniff out, reptoids amongst other things. So that's what I'm gonna be sniffing for.
Okay. Well, I'll just warn you, it's going to smell like sulfur. I get told that all the time. And he'll draw his hood back, and you'll see that he has horns on his head.
What race is he?
I don't know. Why don't you make a fucking culture check?
Well, does Ava recognize him?
Probably a
as tiefling?
tiefling.
Smells like sulfur, has horns? I don't know. There's a
Vorson
couple options.
will lean over to Cornelius's ear and say, "Now, see, I found Edge recently, and my theory is that he's from an alternate universe where he was a member of your team already."
Okay. So Peaches will take a sniff and smell sulfur and anything else in particular.
Don't look at me. I don't know anything about these characters. I'm Vorson.
I'll tell you now, just so we don't have to snip everybody. I strongly considered making a Reptoid character and did not.
Man, that would have been so good. Also a gray.
Right. I imagine any person we choose is going to have a rigorous testing process first, but yeah.
I actually have a question real quick, Jack/Alec.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of these names people that, like, when we did like a quick computers check around, like recognizable, like for their own feats in a public capacity?
Edge would be one of the most likely for you to have come across, actually. I would think.
Because he was a steward.
He was a upper middle management level steward, and also the shit that happened to him would have been in the news.
Gotcha. So we've now found the lawful good and the lawful neutral. Okay.
Okay, so let me ask you that.
Write them down, Ava. I'm gonna check your answers. Write this down.
I'm not sure that the first one was lawful good. I don't know about that.
Either that or chaotic evil.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. If
This is
you
about killing the clones, I swear.
no. This is a real question. If you were auditioning for Abadar's Idol, what song would you pick and why?
I see I've come to the wrong place.
No.
It's
Don't-
important to know. We got to know what kind of music they like. What's your pronoun? Could I ask you what pronoun should we use?
Are you drunk right now?
He, him is fine.
We got to know what kind of music he likes because he's going to be on our ship. I don't want to be listening to crappy music.
I don't listen to music.
What?
Makes note.
Next.
It's a tiefling thing.
Yeah, before the next one comes out, Ava's going to apologize to Peaches for her outburst on the first one, and she's going to ask her to take this more seriously going forward. So she'll give a little, but she'll ask a little.
Edge, what special abilities do you think make you a good fit for this team?
Now that's a great question. He will draw out what appears to be a grenade with his left
Seems to
hand.
be.
Obviously,
You see it become charged with energy in his grasp. Like it turns into like a small ball of fire. He will then hurl it into the air, probably like over here by the bartender. And then in the blink of an eye, will draw his hand cannon out and fan the hammer and shoot off another giant ball of energy out of it that collides with the grenade and makes a giant ass explosion.
Woo!
Well, that was pretty cool.
You all take, I don't know, like 18d6 of damage or something.
Bartender throws us all out.
Yeah.
Right.
All the milkshakes are melted.
They are.
Oh.
I work so hard on these.
We need another round.
In addition to that, I also previously trained for the undercover ops cell of the stewards. So I have infiltration abilities. I'm good with computers. And I am well versed in the ways of magics, specifically how to make it kill people.
Okay. Well, do y'all have any other questions?
I like this one too.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, Edge. We got a couple other applicants to get through, but we'll be in touch.
Yeah, come what may. Again, kudos on kicking Reptoid ass.
Well, thanks. We appreciate it. We don't get a lot of kudos.
We really did kick the crap out of that one. That was actually a really enjoyable experience. And I don't normally enjoy that.
Okay, so next on my list we got Schism. Am I saying that right, Borson? Schism?
Yes, I believe so. Although, in a Sharon language, it sounds more like.
That was the best Sharon impression I've ever heard.
Didn't see him do it.
You let me know when you're ready for Schism.
Ready. Oh wait, do Ava and I need to have a conversation, or did we do that?
Just basically, like I said, she apologized for her outburst, and she's gonna ask you to take it more seriously.
I mean, I am taking it seriously, but you can't
ask him
only
what
ask.
music he wants.
We gotta know these things. This person has been around all the time. Flex was so weird. Okay.
Well,
I
She's
can't
got a
argue with
point
that
there.
one. I was about to say, like, she'll own up that one.
You gotta throw them for a loop sometimes, otherwise you don't know how they react under pressure. I'm telling you, I'm gonna ask one weird question to all of them.
You know, like grunts. Grumble. Go on. Bring the next one.
Ooh.
did I see it?
Mhm.
Do it again real quick.
Yes.
He'll walk directly to the stage.
Howdy.
This guy gets it.
Let's see here. Hello.
What's your name? And what are you about?
I am Schism. What do you mean, what am I about?
Well, why are you here?
I have come because I have a particular set of skills. And Vorson has told me that they are needed.
How do you
What about
feel
those-
about kidnapped daughters?
Well, did Peaches say something also?
Yeah, but you can answer that first.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. Sorry, just sometimes my brain does that. So what you were called here? What do you mean?
I am of great renown for my ability to handle problems. And Vorson brought to my attention that your team is in need of my abilities.
Give us an example of a problem you encountered and how you solved it.
Exactly.
Many of the problems I encounter are very similar, and the solution as well. Someone needs to be eliminated, and I eliminate them.
What if elimination is not the most effective way to get the answers one seeks?
This is the benefit to having a team of individuals, in that all of their abilities can contribute.
What if
I
you
have-
disagree?
How do you mean disagree?
Or what if somebody gets mad that you eliminated somebody else, or that you want to eliminate?
I do not eliminate those that I want to eliminate. I eliminate those who need to be eliminated.
But who determines who needs to be eliminated?
We, the collective.
What if the collective?
Nope. Out. Get out.
Oh wait,
No more
wait.
bug people.
I misunderstand that. Are you a collective?
No, I am a single being.
Okay, you meant the collective as a group, including.
I have heard of Flex. No. I mean that morality as it exists is merely what is agreed upon by the majority.
Interesting.
But
Schism, are you between jobs right now?
I have many opportunities available to me. But I will say that this group in particular interests me especially.
Why's that?
You are all so very different. Even now you bicker with one another, and yet you have achieved great things. I have also achieved great things. I believe that each person in this life has both a right and a responsibility to apply their trade. Mine is elimination. And it seems to be what you now lack. And I would like to see us work together to achieve
do you-
more great things.
What do you think about clones? In general.
I have no thoughts on clones.
Do you have any personal run-ins with the Reptoids or Greys?
None that come to mind.
But how can you be sure, right?
Exactly, I cannot. It makes
What-
little difference to me.
What
not-
skills do you use to eliminate?
He will move his arm, and as he turns it, you can see he has like a bracer on his right arm. And it clearly has spikes that come out of it and are piercing through his arm, clear through to the other side. Almost like nails driven across the bracer, nailing it into his arm, permanently supplanting it in his body. And a spectral chain will unleash out of it.
Kuthite.
I was about to say, Ava never.
Wait for it. I was born on a strange planet known as Malphane. Many would call it a hell world. I am a Kanabo, you see. We are the offspring of Oni and ogres. My people on Malphane are used for slave labor. I was raised a slave from the time of my birth. My overseer was a chiton. One day they showed the briefest flash of weakness when they were beating me for not working hard enough. In that moment, I ripped this from their body and gestures to the chain, and I beat them to death with it. I proceeded to beat to death all of those who sought to stop me from leaving that world, and I have done similar things since that time, and I have grown exceedingly good at it.
Okay, but if you were a box of cereal, which one would you be?
I don't think this is the one you want to do that with.
Almost chicken O's.
Oh,
I'm dead.
Interesting.
that's
Interesting choice.
a great answer.
Oh,
You know, it
thank
was an
you.
open-ended question, but that was the single correct answer.
That was the only correct answer, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anybody else got any questions they'd like to have Mr. Schism here? Is it Mr.? I'm sorry. What pronoun?
Mr. is not a pronoun.
He, him.
Yes, that is fine.
Any other questions for Mr. Schism here?
I don't believe so.
All
Thank
right
you.
then. Anything else you want to tell us about yourself? Okay then. Bye bye.
That one gives me the creeps.
He's a little intense. I don't.
Yeah, it's not, intensity doesn't bother me. That creepiness bothers me. The
I mean,
collective.
he seems like a team player.
No, people that say things like the collective made me do it are people that are able or justifying bad actions
Well,
because
he didn't say the collective.
Instead, Ava should get to dictate morality for everyone. Ava still is defaulting to the collective, but it's a collective of one. Ava.
it's true.
Vorson puts
You're
his
not
arm
wrong.
around Ava and says, there's just something about him. I don't know what it is, but just such an interesting
here's the thing.
person.
He didn't say he blindly follows the collective. He says he's one of the collective and we make decisions as a group. Isn't that what you want? A group that talks to each other and comes to a consensus and acts upon that consensus?
Yeah, earlier you were bitching about people not coming to the group.
That seemed like the lawful evil one.
Yeah, that was definitely the lawful evil one. Also, Vorson, I must ask after this one, are all these people vetted by the stewards and not criminals?
Oh no, these are all my friends.
Oh no.
Perfect.
You can't get quite the same caliber of individuals by sticking to the books. You understand. You have to color outside the lines from time to time.
Don't worry, Ava. Before we pick one, we'll do full background testing. We'll do a set of tests to make sure that they're not greys or reptoids or what have you. We'll do the proper tests, okay?
All right. All right. Bring out the next one.
Okay. So next up on our list, we got Coda.
I knew you were going to pick that one next.
These are
These are
in an entirely random order.
yeah, but I knew you were going to pick that one. Oh my gosh.
And at this point, I think it's time for another round of milkshake
Yes.
and some French fries. We need French fries.
You read my mind.
There's Coda.
All right.
You're a fan of hoods, it seems.
Hoods are cool.
Hoods are cool. So this is Coda.
Does
Howdy,
Coda have
Coda.
a bird on his shoulder? Her shoulder? Their shoulder?
Yep, they got a little buddy.
A buddy.
Is it fleshy?
Oh.
I didn't really put that much thought into it.
You need the picture big again. I want to see the thing on the shoulder.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't see it the first time.
Hello there.
Hi. You're Ava, right?
I am.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about you. And then he'll turn to Peaches. What do you guys think about Ava?
I mean, in what way? Gotta be more specific.
I mean, why are you getting rid of her?
We're not getting rid of Ava.
What?
Oh,
You see Vorson making the cutting motion on his neck, like they went a different way.
oh, oh, that's embarrassing. I was told my skills were needed on this team.
That's embarrassing.
What skills do you possess?
Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm a bit of a sneak thief. But I am... Huh?
I don't thieve anything.
Yeah.
I think it feels sneaky, Ava.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, I've heard about what you guys can do, and I just was pretty sure I could do it all better than she can, so that's why I came.
Go on.
What makes you think that? Have you witnessed Ava and her skill set in practice?
Oh, I haven't seen it in person, but I mean, you guys are pretty famous at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
see, that's kind of my thing. I'm not famous, and I've probably done just as much wild shit as you guys. I'm not famous for a reason, and it'll stay that way.
well, then you might be joining the wrong team.
Maybe. I mean, if you guys need someone who's good at infiltration, disabling traps, computers, defenses, things like that, getting things in and out of places where they need to be or not be, I can do all that kind of stuff. I'm also handy in combat.
Hand to hand, or were you more of a ranged fighter?
Oh no, I don't get my hands dirty. I do this thing where when people touch me, and then like in a snap, he'll actually turn into smoke and then reappear. Yeah, I don't like being touched.
Well, that's pretty cool. That I liked.
I used to be able to do things like that.
Who's your friend there on your shoulder?
Oh, Crix? He's just my buddy.
Does Crix have a functional purpose in your skill set, or just a friend?
No, he's just my buddy.
Does he talk, or?
No, he's a bird.
I mean, I've seen birds that talk. I've seen
Okay.
wilder shit than that.
Fair point. Fair point.
Does he expect a cut?
No, I do all the cuts.
So I'm just imagining that Ava, who's typically incredibly talkative, is just kind of like staring at him, like sizing him up.
Okay, so let me ask you something. If there was a movie produced about your life, who would play you and why?
If they were going to produce a movie about my life, I'd
That's
probably eliminate the people trying to make it. That's going to be a no-go.
All right, well, thank you for your time. You've been great in this interview, and we'll be in touch.
Cool. And then he will turn invisible and leave.
You guys are trying to replace me?
I mean, I didn't say I was going to replace you. I didn't like that guy.
Okay,
He was kind of full of himself and rude.
I can't argue with that.
All well earned.
Doesn't get his hands dirty. You can't be playing that game around here. We all get in the mud sometimes.
He didn't say he didn't get his hands dirty. He says he don't want to be in touch.
Those were your exact words. I wrote them down.
Next.
Okay, so next up we got Andrin.
Andrin. All right. Where'd my... Oh, I put it over here.
This is great, Jack, by the way. I'm loving this. I'm going to say that was the true neutral one.
Oh, fuck.
What the hell? Is this the what the hell is his name? Gary or whatever?
Pete.
From Deadpool.
Yeah.
Or Peter, yeah, Peter. Hello?
I've been muted. Do you guys... Does no one know who that is?
Yeah, we know.
Okay. Because if you don't know who that is, this is going to suck. So he actually probably won't walk to the stage. He'll just walk down, pull up a chair, and sit next to you. Hello.
Why there?
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. And he'll like reach out to shake your hands.
He just
Reach over
your
down to
hand
Cornelius.
in power.
In power. And then Ava. Hi, ma'am. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
So
Shall we get started?
yeah, what skills do you possess that you think would fit in our team?
Oh, wow. Right to the point. That's cool. Well, I think of myself as a genomancer. I study genes and specifically how they interact with magic. And I actually, when I was a lot younger, you can tell I've seen younger days. I used to be an adventurer, and I retired decades ago, settled down, had a family life. But, well, you know, circumstances change and things. And so, just trying to get back out there, spread some knowledge to this next generation of adventurers.
Are you sure? And I really don't mean this to be rude, but are you sure in your advanced stage you can, handle the rigors of adventuring?
Yes.
Things tend to get pretty hairy, so We got to make sure we got Cornelius to think of, and I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
really split my protective duties.
You're right. Things do get hairy, and then he will turn into a giant ape and pick up the table and like bench press it, and then put it back down, and then turn back into an old man. I know
Well,
a thing or
alright
two
then.
about hairy situations.
Oh, you made a pun. So that's what you do?
I have many skills. Do lots of things.
And can you control yourself when you're in like that form?
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I be able to?
I don't know. Like maybe I'm watching too many hollow vids. Or me.
Can you do that whenever you want, or
Like everyone else in this world, I'm limited by my innate magical abilities. I'm sure Cornelius can tell you about that. It takes something from the body every time we use these abilities, which I find fascinating. The way that our very essences are connected to this entire unseen realm of magic, and a hybridized symbiotic relationship where we grow in power together.
So you mentioned that you're into science, and I just feel I need to ask, how do you feel about essential oils?
You mean woo? Are you asking me about woo? Quackery?
Okay. That's what I needed to get from that.
I do have another real question.
This is also a guy that you might have heard about on the internet because he's like a famous professor.
Oh. You said that circumstances changed. May I ask what that was?
Sure. Yeah. My wife of over 40 years passed away. And our daughter Sasha has grown up and, left the nest, so to speak. And so I'm looking to just sort of apply my time in more beneficial ways. I've been a professor of genomancy for most of my life, and I've overseen many great pupils who have gone on to do great things. And I'm very proud of that. But now that my wife is gone, Cassigan, I feel the need for something more, I don't want to say exciting. I'm not a thrill seeker. But something more beyond myself, I guess.
Okay.
How do you know Vorson?
I think he was watching my YouTube videos, and he had left some strange comments that caused me to worry about his mental state. And so I reached out.
Sounds right.
Yeah, he hopefully you didn't give him any recipes to make things.
Vorson is currently eating nails from a small tray.
Ew.
These are delicious.
That's a good point. Sir, Professor, how do you feel about things like genocide using scientific weapons?
I understand that a lot of scientific advancement has unfortunately been done in the name of war. But my field specifically, genomancy, it has obviously violent applications. But genocide is, of course, wrong on the face of it. No one should be able to speak to the qualities of an entire race. And the perversion of genomancy into eugenomancy, you may have read about before, is a dark perversion of the true science, which says that all people are at some level equal. All races are truly equal, really. We have value not because of our abilities or even our intelligence or anything like that. Sentient life is valuable in its own right.
Is your magic, was this something you were born with, or was this something that you've developed or that you're enhanced with?
You see, that's an interesting question. In particular, I study the interactions between what I view as two two interconnected, but sometimes seen as competing systems. The realm of physics and the realm of magic. Both are always around, and both are present in everyone. But where the difference lies is that, for whatever reason, even though we all seem equally bound by physics, different individuals have different relationships with magic. It's my belief that there are genetic components to that. And so, even though I don't have what many would call innate abilities, my magic has been grown out of years and decades of vigorous studying. I do still believe that all of us have within us this connection to the magical realm.
I get that. I had to rediscover how to cast spells through a very long process that was very difficult.
See, that's the thing. It's in some ways it's more like a muscle than it is this sort of universal constant. As we flex our magical abilities, they grow stronger.
Hold on. Just pause for a
Pump
second
the
here.
brakes on that.
Borson is again making the cutting motion across his neck.
I'm sorry, what? Do you disagree?
Just take it easy. That's a bit of a sore subject for them.
What's
How do you feel about flexology?
The science of putting pressure on different parts of the foot to interact with different organs of the body?
That's what you think too, wouldn't it? No.
That's, again, are you involved in some sort of multi-level marketing, Peaches?
No, but I can't say I ain't been displeased with the efforts of some who've been in the party.
Interesting.
We've had several.
Excuse me for just a moment. He'll reach into like his jacket pocket and pull out a Werther's original and unwrap it, and then he'll hold it out, and a little squawks will pop out from under his jacket and eat it.
What's a squawk?
Was it squawks? I don't have a picture of a squawk handy. Actually, did I?
So
They're
imagine
a little like
a squirrel fox.
Yep, a squirrel fox. Yep.
it's like a small lobster. So
He was just like the old man with the Werther's originals and stuff like that. Got it. All right.
Yeah, we see. If the rest of the process goes well, and we decided to give you a call, would you be able to take time off from the school where you're teaching now, a sabbatical of some sort?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm officially retired. I'm a professor emeritus. My time is mine to do with what I please.
Interesting.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Say, Cornelius.
What's this Squawks' name?
Oh, this is Cosmos.
Cosmos.
Fuck off.
Cornelius, I find your abilities very interesting, especially in light of your comment about or question towards my own innate abilities. You touch the realm of magic in a particularly physically bound way to interact with the world as it is. How does that work?
I don't know. We have time for this.
Well, I hope we get to speak again then.
So do I, really. As long as Cosmos is coming along.
A Cosmos goes with me everywhere.
Excellent. He leans over to Peaches. I like this guy.
He leans over to Peaches. I like you too.
All right. Well,
Say that to Ava because she'll tell him that she's much older than he is.
Well,
All right.
are there any other questions?
He might be older than me.
Everyone's older than you, Cornelius.
You're a
No.
clone.
Peaches and Cornelius.
That's true.
Yeah, they're the exact same age. I moved him off. Were you done with him? It sounded like
I think we're good with him.
wanted to be sure.
I think Peaches is like, well, he certainly seems like an asset, and he's certainly got a cute pet, but I'm just not quite sure about how he fits into our team
Well,
in a sticky situation.
actually, that's not a bad idea. We're about halfway through, right?
Hmm.
Uh,
Do we
yeah.
do we kind of want to start putting them in like yay or nay categories? Just like,
Yeah, I mean, I already got a yay, nay, maybe category going on over here.
well, all right, well, let's compare notes then. I have Edge as a yay, the unicorn guy as a yay, and I'm actually going to put that guy as a yay. I have the other two as an A.
Okay, so I put Sapphire and Coda in the no category. And I put Edge and Schism in the yes category, and I put Andrin in the maybe category.
So I would say Edge is currently my number one by not a little margin.
I mean, I really liked Schism, but I mean, I'm fine with both. They're kind of equal to me.
You could maybe find some more info on Edge's background. You could find a lot of info on him if you Google him, and you might be able to find stuff about Schism.
Well, apparently, I wrote seems cool team player.
Or who?
Like into bubble
For
chicken.
Schism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a pretty accurate assessment.
So
and
you're
you
saying-
will find no information on Coda.
And of course, eliminates people who need to be eliminated.
Are you saying that you have information prepared if they were to make a culture check?
I could tell them some more things about them if they
Well,
wanted to.
So
I feel like maybe that's a
We'll tackle that part later. I was more
Sure.
just trying to like
narrow
get a
down.
little bit of the beat where people were at this.
Okay.
So where are Cornelius's sympathies?
I think he liked Andrin just as found him fascinating and just interesting, and he actually liked Coda. He thought he was kind of maybe there was part of him that like reminded him of Rick's a little bit. Schism weirded him out. Schism totally is like it's just way too focused. And he could say that like character wise too. Like I don't know. Schism just seemed like there's only a few of us, and if we're not only going to add a couple people to this group as we're doing things, they gotta be able to do some things, not just he does like the neck, like finger across the neck. He's like, not just
Well, so here's my thing about Edge is, and one of the reasons why I think he's the best is, Peaches, I don't think we need to mince words here at this point. I know you don't want to follow me, and I don't want to follow you. We just differ way too differently on things, and we're gonna have to find someone that not necessarily a leader, but someone that splits the difference between us.
Yeah, I'd say I'd probably agree with that.
And I think that, and that's why, like, if it was just me and me alone, I would pick Sapphire, and we would go riding off to glorious battle. But
Thing about the deity in the rainbow, but that horse was weird.
he was,
That's immorally dubious.
Very, very.
but that's totally like the trap, like
Righteous.
chaotic evil character that like Ava falls for. Anyway, but I feel like someone like Edge does split that difference.
Jack, can you throw Edge back up on the Roll20?
Boop.
Right.
Anyway, we can keep going, but I just wanted to, like I said, I just kind of wanted to see where
There's more.
Take a
Yep.
milkshake break and
Carl
My
air it out.
notes are on the spreadsheet for the epilogue. If anybody wants to read them.
Oh, cool. I will
Good.
upload
Nice.
mine afterwards.
Carl Sagan.
Okay, so next up we have Jed.
Oh, good.
I really hope, Jack, you have like one of these guys in here that's actually like a level 1 character that like is just like a total red herring and like making stuff up.
I mean, I think it was Sapphire.
Nah, because he actually did abilities. Like, oh fuck no.
Perfect. I'm so
Okay,
glad this
so-
happened.
So
I knew that was a good name.
Jed is gonna ignore all of you.
The winner.
Walk,
This is the
walk
winner.
up on the stage. Ahem. Clear his throat. Hi, my name's Jed. Hire me, and you'll probably wind up dead. See, I'm a stupid goblin, and I'll just cause lots of problems. You should really pick someone else instead. Let me on your team, I'll surely make you scream. I've no sense of loyalty or trust. At the first chance, I'll grind your bones to dust. I promise I'm just as bad as I seem. So, what do you think? Excuse me while I go piss in the sink.
Yeah, you're hired.
The winner. This is the winner.
100% the winner as the chaotic evil one.
Vorson, what the heck, buddy?
Vorson probably doesn't even know how that name got on the list.
Borson says, so I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Ava. I forgot what his voice is. Hold on. Ava,
You were there.
there are some things that you were not privy to in your long sleep. Goblins are totally fine now, and they joined the Pathfinder
Not this
Society.
one!
That one, I believe you.
I'm gonna
Actually,
pick that just so you have to play the goblin.
This has to be the winner.
So
This
Jed
has to
left,
be.
and I'll just tell you guys now. I already told Alec if you pick Jed, I just quit.
No, we're picking Jed, so
I just love that Jack had to stamp his feet about a goblin and just talk about how shitty they are. I love you, Jack.
I love this so much because you lost Corvina. You need a new Corvina. So clearly, this is the answer.
And when I saw the list of names, my response was Jed clearly sounds like a winner, having no idea who any of these
I think
candidates
Jed
are.
is still the winner.
When I gave her the list, Jed wasn't on it because I forgot about him because he doesn't matter.
This is the best character
That's
ever.
an unfortunate thing that you just said.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Jurin?
Jurin.
Before you get there, Kevin and Nathan, if you do want to participate in asking questions, we can throw Effecta and Fixara at a table.
Oh yeah, please.
Oh no, that's all right.
Nope.
Just check.
Lex is gone. This trio is deciding who's the crew. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can still get more info.
Is Sarah's name on there?
No, Fixara's name is not on the list.
Okay.
No.
Unfortunately.
Again, it was strongly considered. I thought about it for a
I
long
mean,
time.
Cather's voice sounds a lot like Fixara.
Also,
They're pretty close.
Vorson, are you sexist?
That is on me. There were a couple of characters that I could have made women, and
I know this of that it's you. I'm just she's gonna ask Vorson that question. All the same.
I'm not sure what it is, but women tend to find me repulsive for some reason.
That checks out.
Perfect. Ava looks to
I
me.
can't imagine.
Nods her head like, okay, that checks out.
The only one I can seem to get to stick around is Effecta, and well,
She doesn't have a choice?
no.
She's also emotionless.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
that might be why she's my best friend. Well, her or Flex. I'm not sure. It's unclear. Anyway, carry on.
Alright,
Howdy there.
so Jurin, when he walks on stage, you'll notice that he has gray skin. He's pretty clearly a Damai from Daimalco.
I heard about your planet. You guys have the crazy big creature things.
That's right, we do. And let me tell you, I
That's so
have a plan to get rid of him. That's why I'm here. I came to see if you guys would be interested in helping me rescue my planet.
That sounds awesome.
I mean,
Excellent.
well, rescue it from what?
So here's the thing. Like your friend said, everybody thinks we have to rescue it from the Colossi. See, it's overrun with these giant monsters. But the real enemy are the Damai called the Guardians, who can control them. See, they've got these little orbs, and they use them to, like, get into the minds of the Colossi. And so they could eliminate them whenever they want, but they don't. They just kind of, like, scare them off. And you know why they do it? It's because they're in control. These Guardians are in control of all the people. So the true liberation of my planet will come when we can eliminate these guys.
Well, here's the thing. We're looking to hire somebody to help our team, not really looking to be hired.
Man, I'm totally down with this, like, mutual, we're all in this together. Like, we can do this and we can do that and we can get all these things done. I think we got great potential.
I mean, what skills do you possess?
So, okay, here's what I figured out. So I used to be in one of these, like, back before we kind of really knew how the Guardian thing worked. We had these kind of like special ops teams that would, mostly we ended up just evacuating people out of buildings, right? Because Colossus killed the shit out of you. But we were trained on like offensive operations and defensive, and a lot of extraction type stuff. But I realized after interacting with some of these guardians, see these orbs, they give them like psychic powers that they can use to manipulate people. And what I realized, my suspicion anyway, is that back before the collapse, all Damai had psychic abilities. And I have studied and I have unlocked my own psychic powers that I can use.
Can we see an example?
Yes. And he will telekinetically like lift the drinks off of your tables.
You know what a gray is?
Oh yeah. Spent some long nights on Wikipedia reading about the Greys.
How you feel about them?
Hate them. They're
Sense
just
motive.
like the Guardians, man. They're
Sense
just
motive.
like the Guardians.
Peaches wants to sense motive. She thinks that you might
Roll
be correct.
it.
Because you're using psychic abilities and you're clearly trying to steer us away from the Greys.
Or your sense motive.
I gotta get my character sheet out.
Actually, just give me your modifier. I'll roll it for you.
Sense motive is plus 11.
Okay.
Plus little,
No, plus-
11.
Modifier plus 16. Sorry,
So 16.
16. Yep.
Got it. He definitely seems odd, but you don't suspect. He doesn't seem like a shapeshifted Grey necessarily, but he definitely gives off a strange vibe. It may be skin deep, maybe not.
Is there like any? Ava was to like whip her phone out right now and take a look. Like, is there any found evidence as to these guardians' existence?
Oh yeah, they are very well known. That is a very real thing. The Guardians have orbs of power that they use to repel Colossus attacks on Daimalko.
I mean, I'm all about if he's willing to help us, we could definitely help him. That would be liberating the whole planet. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, this lady gets it. What about you, little guy? How do you feel about it?
I don't know. You're pretty intense. I mean, we're still trying to figure out what we're doing.
I am a product of the world that I was raised in. We grew up underground, under constant assault by giant fucking monsters, And then, after all my research and stuff, when I found out that the people that are supposed to be protecting us are actually the ones keeping us in bondage, I mean, it's intense stuff. I know, I get it.
So I walked away for like 3 minutes, and I don't think I missed anything.
What?
I mean, Ava's fawning over this guy.
We got to deal with a team?
And I think we'll be in touch. I mean, we got several candidates, and we still got to get through them. You know how it is.
Oh yeah, I got you. You got to go through the formalities. I get it.
Yeah. But it was sure interesting to meet you.
All right, awesome. And then he'll lift your cups up again as he leaves.
Y'all, he was weird. I'm putting him on the no list.
I'm with you, Peaches.
Clearly, Vorson met him on one of his conspiracy theory websites.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
That one, the line to that one is direct and short.
There is a conspiracy convention meetup on Versus every year. Borson always has VIP tickets.
Yes.
So who's next?
So, next up we have Saval.
Savas. I hate how I have to move it a layer and then I have to go move me a layer.
Move you a layer. Oh, yeah. You don't have to. I just can't remember the button that lets you do it. I'll find it.
No, I'm a pilot. Get out of here.
He's not really like a pilot. This is just the best picture that there is of this guy.
Oh, so then Ava might not like mine.
Yeah. Plus, that's a mobile suit Gundam, not a spaceship. So it's
Right.
Does he wear powered armor?
He does not. A simple man stands before you with long platinum blonde hair.
Howdy.
Hi.
How you doing?
Nice to meet all of you.
This guy talks. Does his mouth continue moving after we hear his words?
Racist.
That's not racist. That's just anime.
That's you think he talks like a Japanese person. That's pretty
No, I think he talks like a Japanese animation that's been dubbed into English because Japanese takes longer to say words.
You don't watch anime though, so it still comes off racist for you to say it.
Oh my god. That's like saying I have black friends, so I'm allowed to say that.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So Savas, what brings you down here today? Why are you interested in the team?
I have heard of your exploits. You effectively short-circuited an overarching plot that was going to, over time, erode the entirety of the Pact Worlds, it seems. And that is exactly the kind of stuff that I'm into. I am a warrior for peace. And I think you guys are too.
What kind of warrior are you?
Warrior for peace.
I mean, how do you fight?
I fight by bringing out the best in the people around me.
Oh, damn it, you did make an envoy. Wow, that sounds amazing. I like you.
And what kind of skills do you use? Like if we were in combat right now and, I was pinned down holding the line and Cornelius got stuck in a rough spot and had an enemy closing in on him, how would you help out?
Borson throws one of the nails at Peaches.
I think it's important to note that the first line of defense against any conflict is diplomacy. The best fight is the one not fought in all cases. But there are those who will do wrong and will seek conflict no matter what. And it is our job to stop them. And I am more than proficient in the use of arms and armor to do so. Specifically, if you were pinned down and Cornelius was in a tight spot, I would take an overview of the battle, enable Ava so that she could maneuver to Cornelius to defend her, and then I would draw the fire of the enemy away from you, Peaches, so that you could then continue your approach.
Okay, that seems like a solid plan.
See, Peaches, you could be a good person and
excuse you,
and fight well.
There you go again, putting your ideas on me.
I'm just saying that this guy seems awesome, and also I bet you his favorite phrase is "get him."
Anyways, have you ever had any conflicts with greys or reptoids?
I can't say that I have, but Vorson tells me that they are secretly implanted across the galaxy, so who knows? And as someone who seeks out conflict specifically so that I can end it, I'm sure that even if I haven't directly encountered them, I have come across their plans and thwarted them before.
What were you doing before you, started seeking us out?
I mostly work in a diplomatic function. I try to keep violence to a minimum. I seek out warring factions on different planets. I spend a lot of time in not near space. Where's Vescarium? Usually flying under the radar of the government, as they're not particularly conflict averse. I have a lot of retainers with Skittermanders and others that are less physically inclined, and I seek to diffuse conflict for them.
Nice.
And if we were going to split a pizza, what kind of toppings do you like?
Very important question.
I have a lot of dietary restrictions, but I try to make sure that those don't impact the people around me. So if we were having a pizza, I'd probably just tell you guys to get what you want. And if it was something that would work for me, I'd probably eat a piece or two. But if I thought it was going to kind of irritate my IBS, I'd probably just enjoy the company while we chill and eat pizza.
There goes the hotness.
IBS.
It's a really common condition, actually.
In the Middle Ages, in the old times, we just called that going to the bathroom.
watching Amber's notes change in the epilogue. She is so good.
What did it do?
The end was like, all this stuff, and then it's like, not super into pizza. And then it clicked back to it says, has IBS.
That's IBS. We'll need to know
Has
that
IBS.
whenever we're going on any missions.
Right. He might be a security risk.
See, there's a reason to ask these questions.
Have you guys ever had cauliflower pizza, though?
No.
We really need to be going along. Thank you for your time.
I have medication.
Oh, it was showing pretty well.
I mean,
pretty well.
I'm not saying no, but like,
I know this may come as a bit of a surprise to you guys, but I can't trust someone that doesn't eat a good old-fashioned pizza.
I mean,
Wow. Okay, now we're just being ableist. Holy fuck.
I put him on the maybe list. That's not necessarily a reason not to pick somebody. It's more of like,
I mean, he was going to be my number one, and then
I'm just not sure of the fit. He seems nice, and I liked his strategy for handling the scenario I gave him. I'm just not sure we clicked,
I imagine that at this point in the setting, there is an easy way to make a food that anyone can eat without inflaming their IBS.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But why?
It's not cauliflower.
It's certainly not cauliflower.
Yeah, cauliflower is the worst.
I'm going to make an executive rule right now. Cauliflower doesn't exist in the Pact Worlds.
Thank
What's really funny? Leandra's listening, right?
Yeah, well, she can't have cauliflower in the Pact Worlds.
Actually, she
Let
might
me-
have fallen asleep by now, but she
Let me
was.
clarify. I love cauliflower, but I don't want cauliflower pizza.
my wife
No.
my wife has successfully tricked me with veggie burgers before. She attempted the same with a cauliflower pizza. It didn't work.
No.
Cauliflower
I mean-
should only be eaten if roasted excessively.
Yeah, that's a good way
And
to
like
do it.
tons of garlic.
Garlic.
All right, let's get
Now
let's
it
get-
sounds good though. Roasted cauliflower with garlic. Now I want it.
There you go. That's delicious, but don't give me a cauliflower pizza. Like if
I
I'm
think we
gonna
got-
eat pizza, it's gonna be like real pizza. Like
I think we have 2 or 3 left. Let's get them.
Power
There are
through.
3 more.
there's
Almost
3
pizza.
more.
All right, let's do it.
Epiphany 13. You're up. Please come to the stage.
What was the name?
Epiphany 13.
Is that like the normal name? I'm not trying to be mean.
Epiphany 13 will follow your directions to walk up on the stage. Hello, I'm Epiphany 13.
Howdy. That's an interesting name.
Is it?
You would know from their name that they're an android.
I mean, yeah, but androids name themselves, do they not? I mean,
No.
Not exactly.
They typically carry the name and change the number based on how many times the body has been renewed.
okay. I don't know that I knew that, but Peaches would.
Yeah, Peaches.
Yeah.
would
Peaches
know that.
probably knows that. Yeah.
Pure dork Peaches would probably definitely know that. I mean, Ave may not know that. She's just like Epiphany at the hell. But well, hello there.
Sapphire is fine, but Epiphany's weird. Okay.
Sapphire is a rainbow unicorn. It is perfect.
Anyways. So, Epiphany, what brings you here and why do you think you might be a good fit for the team?
Well, that's an interesting story. Currently, I am the understudy of the incisivist of the Arcanumerium.
I don't know what that is.
He's like a high-ranking official in the in academia. like a well-regarded. He handles a lot of executive decisions for the Arcanumarium, coordinates a lot of outings. Whenever additional spellcasting services are needed by the Starfinders, things like that, he's in charge of a lot of that work. And so my issue is that I know my name is Epiphany 13, but I'm actually a very old android in my current iteration, dating back to the Gap. I've actually held the same identity.
Well, that's rather unusual.
It is, yeah. It gets more unusual. I have spent the entirety of that time at the Arcanumarium studying magic. I have probably spent more time studying the intricacies of magic than most anyone, save a few elves who date their studies back to pre-Gap times, you know. But in my entire existence and experience with magic has been in academia, an academic setting, and the incisivist has insisted, as an incisivist does, that I gain some real-world experience before he feels comfortable retiring and allowing me to take over his post. And
so you're saying you've never actually seen a fight?
You could put it that way, yeah.
I mean,
but
what about
again,
this whole 10,000 hours thing? You should be way better than level 13.
I mean, you can run into level 5 elves who are like 4,000 years old.
Well, they're extra stupid. I'm just putting it out there.
I would, I can demonstrate my abilities for you. I am, again,
I don't doubt your ability
well-versed.
to.
I mean, I want to see him.
I want to see him too, but that's not what I'm doubting. I'm doubting that in a combat situation, that, well, I guess actually you guys really don't feel fear or anything like that. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not emotionless, but I guess you could say the emotions of an android are turned down. So yeah, I'm not. I know I have no combat experience, but yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Let's have a demonstration of what abilities you might use in combat.
Okay. He will flash his hand forward, and a wall of force will form and split between Vorson, Ava, and then Peaches and Cornelius. And then he will immediately teleport behind the two of you, grab you, and then move all three of you over to the other side. And then cover all the people here with a shining sphere of force over top of all of us. This will keep us safe from all sorts of stuff.
And roughly how many 6-second periods did that take?
A couple.
I
think that was 2 rounds.
Okay, and let's say we're in a situation where combat may not be the best option. What other skills might you have to get us out of a sticky situation?
Well, I speak roughly 30 languages. So if there's some sort of miscommunication, I can tend to handle that. I also have a large understanding of things like poisons and diseases and other medicinal research fields that I could apply, as well as an innate, android understanding of computers and how they operate.
Okay. And if you were on a deserted island, what 3 items would you? You could only have 3. What would they be?
Question.
My Kindle 3 times.
That might be dorkier than I am.
I'd also bring my weather station. I'm a fan of meteorology.
Oh.
Could study all the
Who's your favorite meteorologist in the fact?
Bix Petrilla from Channel 9.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer.
I'm not aware of that particular meteorologist. I don't think.
Oh, well, he was one of my students a long time ago, so it's perfect.
I see.
We're all big Don Doppler fans around here. So.
Oh, okay.
RSL News 1, in case you're not familiar.
Oh, I am. Great guy.
She's just a light.
I've met him at a few galas. He was a keynote speaker at an event I was at once.
Don Doppler?
Don Doppler.
Don Doppler's a gal. Not a fella. A gal, not a fella.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Me as Jack is just now remembering who Don Doppler is.
How rude.
Sorry, I as an androgynous being, I confuse pronouns every now and then.
Understandable.
I don't mean anything by it.
Do you have chosen pronouns?
Not really. It's just never been something I consider myself with.
Okay.
As long as people are being polite to me, I don't see the reason to make a fuss.
And okay, so what's the third item? You told us two: Kindle, weather equipment. What was the third one?
I mean, my spell cache, of course, so that I could still study on my abilities.
Okay. Well, yeah. Anybody else have any other questions for Epiphany?
If he thinks he can handle himself in a situation, I'm on board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vorson puts his hand on Epiphany's shoulder and says, "You did really good. I think they like you."
Medium.
Medium.
I mean, I think, not having combat experience is not probably our first thought when we think about a team member, but there are lots of other skills that we need to fill. Oh my gosh, how did I forget that on these notes? I'm so sorry.
We have the three people here. He
has personally met Don Doppler.
But I think he was lying.
He cannot lie.
How would I know that?
So Jack did say that Jack forgot about Don Doppler. Epiphany has met Don Doppler.
Okay, so then let me rephrase. Don Doppler, not favorite meteorologist.
Yeah,
it might be worse actually.
That's disqualifying right there.
Right, that might be worse.
You were the three that kind of did most of the skillsy stuff. Cornelius talked. You did computers. I just kind of did a little bit of everything and flew. Rix did some scary nano stuff, but I think we need someone that can really handle themselves in a fight. I think that's what we need.
I'm not going to disagree. But we're definitely down a spellcaster, for sure. So, Cornelius is a great spellcaster, but there's limitations in his abilities as far as like what healing and things like that. So, if there were a candidate that could fulfill that need, it might be nice. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's fair. All right, well, we got two left. Let's see them.
Okay, next up we got Zeru.
Let me try this Control-Shift-O. What?
Did it work?
Magic.
Nice.
And then
This guy looks like a badass. Means he's not.
which means what?
He's not.
This guy looks like a badass, which means he's not.
Oh yeah.
He's got a sword. Is that sword an actual weapon that he carries, or just flavor in the picture?
No, he has that sword. He carries an SMG with him, and he also has a sidearm on him.
Hi there, Zeru, is it?
Yeah, that's me.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Buddy Vorson just called me up, said you guys needed help, so here to help.
What kind of help do you think you might be able to offer our team?
I have a strong background in tactical combat. In operating over 80 missions, I have never left behind a single individual.
And would you say you're the type to self-sacrifice?
Yep. Every time.
Without telling the group? Would you just not tell anyone that you were going to stay behind, and then all of a sudden you're just gone?
That is an oddly specific question.
It's come up several times. It's come up.
Several times. Interesting.
It's come up.
Huh. So
Do you feel bad
you
because
just
I didn't tell them that I was trying to take one for the team, and then our former captain pushed me through a portal so he could take one for the team, and we're really thankful for him. He's a hero.
I was none the wiser, even though I actually could have helped, and he would still be here. Okay.
I just want to reiterate that my strength is in bringing teams together and utilizing all of our abilities so that no one gets left behind. In addition to never losing anyone, I'm also still alive. So I don't know if that answers your
I
question.
mean, that is a plus. I would say that is a
Really
plus.
nice sword there. Do you use that often, or do you use your gun more?
Well, I mean, I try to keep my enemy on their toes and react in ways that they don't expect, and that just takes on different forms at different times. But yes, I am very proficient in all of my weapons.
And how do you feel about like a surrendered combatant?
That's not something that I've I into a lot, but that's been due to the nature of my work. I feel like you're asking me if I murder prisoners of war, which no, I would not do that.
No, not that. I'm just like, do you try? I realize it sounds like you're more of the surgical type, but do you try and are you also proficient in being, trying to talk your way out of a situation or de-escalate a situation?
I mean, I like to think I'm a funny, charismatic guy. Everyone thinks that about themselves, though, so I don't want to toot my horn too much. But typically, I get called in after that part doesn't work. But I mean, I respect that. Yeah.
So you're
Okay.
saying you haven't lost any people. Is that implying that you typically are sort of a captain-y type sort of person? Like you typically are the one leading the group?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm a drow, so I've been around a while. I was a high level enforcer for the Zyzerer arms company for a long time, and so we would typically get sent in when people would steal from us or things like that. And I led those 80 missions. I've taken part in many more, but that was a long time ago.
I wear Zyzera diffractor armor. They make good stuff.
They do make good stuff. They're not good people.
Well, I feel bad for supporting their company now.
It does. I mean, I still wear my Zyzera gear, but it was furbished by them free of cost, so it can't be free.
Well, you seem wonderful.
So let me ask you. If you were making a sundae, what toppings would you put on that ice cream sundae?
That's a great question.
Well, first I'd have to research what the available toppings are, because we're in a sundae. I could get a sundae here. This place isn't known for their sundaes; they're not that great. I don't recommend them. But I could get a sundae here, and I could get one at the place down the street, like Bee's Knees sundaes or something like that.
Oh man, beans is so good. Go on.
The topping options are just different, so it would really depend on what the availability was. So I'd want to do my research.
Okay, we can respect that.
Just hold on. Say we walked into Bee's Knees right now, and Ava was paying. What would you get?
Well, I mean, Bee's Knees is known for putting honeycombs on top of their sundaes. So you can't go wrong.
He's known for Seru. I asked what you would order.
I mean, I'm a fan of the classics. What can I say?
Me too.
Okay, I can respect that.
And how do you feel about the Olive Garden?
Love it. Doesn't everybody love Olive Garden?
It's something to do with family, really. I mean, it's
yeah. I mean, as someone who, again, I worked for Zyzera for centuries, and then it kind of collapsed. But I can always go to Olive Garden, man. Never got to worry about any of that stuff. Family, there.
It's true. What do you usually order when you go to the old Olive Garden?
I mean, the Alfredo, the chicken Alfredo.
Yeah, it's pretty good, I'll say.
And those breadsticks. Why didn't you guys do these interviews at an Olive Garden?
Damn it! This guy gets this. Man,
Vorson set this up, and he's a weirdo.
Vorson is a weirdo. Yeah.
Oh, you
but-
you at a lot of points now.
Vorson steps over to Cornelius, and he's holding a bowl of what looks like dryer lint. And he says, "Hey, Cornelius, do you want any of this?"
what?
You want to split it?
What is it?
Wanna split it?
I'm not sure,
No.
but I found it under those boots.
Ah,
I'm not.
Vorson, you can leave at any time. I think we
No,
got
no,
this.
no. I need to stay.
It's almost over now.
All right, let's march the last one out.
All right. Well, it was nice meeting you. We'll be in touch.
Abe look over to Peach and say, I'm between him and Edge.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree. I mean, we of course need to figure out what kind of ice cream Edge is into, and if he likes the Olive Garden first.
yeah,
Call back interview.
For a second interview.
exactly.
Okay, it looks like we got one more name on the list. XH1, XH-1. I don't know. We'll ask them how to pronounce.
Schwan.
ZH. Did you write X instead of Z or?
I think I just copied and pasted it, but maybe I
No, because I definitely put a Z. So.
did. Sorry, ZH1.
Yeah.
Like VH1?
Damn it.
They've got the music.
38.
All right. Let me try. So you click it and then you do that. All right. The lights dim. This door opens. Smoke pours out across the floor from it
Attack!
as an entity emerges.
Okay.
Are there like sparks and shit flying all around? Like,
Yep.
I'm interested.
He will walk solemnly to the stage.
Does he actually walk, or is it like a flying?
No, he walks, but like the only sound is the sound of his footsteps echoing throughout the room.
I feel like Abe was ready to fight. What the hell is this thing?
Ava, don't be rude.
He's scary.
I mean,
I understand your reaction to my appearance.
I mean, you kind of came into the room with sparks and stuff. That's not exactly subtle.
That just happens wherever I go. I'm sorry.
so subtlety is not your strong suit, I'm guessing.
Again, it's beyond my control.
See, I knew he'd be a good choice for all of you.
And what is that exactly that makes it beyond your control? I haven't encountered a being such as you before.
None have. As far as I can understand, I am unique in my kind. I was once what is called an android, but that frame died a long time ago. I am now something else. I have become a vessel for justice and sometimes vengeance. My body is inhabited by the ghosts of those who have been wronged in their previous lives, and I help them carry out their unfinished business and enact justice so that they can pass on, and then I take on another spirit and do the same.
What happens to spirits if you succeed at your vengeance?
Then
Are they released?
Yeah, they would pass from this life into the next realm.
I mean, that seems pretty cool.
So are you a me? Like, do the spirits actually speak through you, or do you just kind of harness them or something?
I am a single being, and their essence lives within me. I'm drawn to achieve their will. I understand and know them, but we don't communicate directly.
How often do you have
Their memories are mine.
How often does a soul enter or leave you?
I have been in this cyclical existence for many years.
is there one inside you now?
Always. Currently, I house the spirit of a man whose wife was murdered in front of him. He was an accountant. Nefarious characters were trying to pressure him into taking part in a scheme. When he denied them, They kidnapped both him and his wife and took them to a secret location where they killed her in front of him. His spirit was destroyed, but not his will. And rather than carry out their plot, he took his own life. And that is when his spirit found me.
That's horrible.
And how exactly is joining our team going to fulfill that spirit's vengeance request?
I do not know. I know only that I have constantly and consistently been drawn to where I need to be to carry out my missions. And this is where I have been drawn to, which means I'm here for a reason.
What kind of fighting style do you tend to have?
I am as the mountain. Enemies crash upon me like waves and are scattered before me.
So you're a melee fighter?
You could say that.
I think I will. How do you know Vorson?
I have no idea who Vorson is.
Vorson. He's on the list, right? I mean, he's on the list I have in front of me.
Went to
One
the
of the
bug eating
goblins.
the lint.
Vorson looks up from the bowl of lint and says, I don't know who this is. Sorry.
Well, we're not going to call it a strike against him. I know.
Yeah, I mean, that's a, if anything, that's a positive. Do you know? Have you ever encountered a reptoid or a gray, or are you familiar with them?
Yes, Greys are responsible for untold horrors in this galaxy. And as such, I am frequently called upon to end their misdeeds.
I see.
Like a lot of grays.
Yep.
So you fought and lived. The grays, that is.
How do you feel about
In the sense that I'm living at all. Sorry?
how do you feel about the clone creations of grays? Because you do know you're working closely with some of them.
Again, I am not motivated by a hatred or love of Greys or any particular person, but I go where I'm compelled.
And what happens if all of a sudden the spirit gets fulfilled and the next one says leave us? Are you just gonna abandon, or are you gonna finish the mission?
I must carry out my purpose.
Okay.
I would not be here if there was not a reason. That's true for me and for you.
Well,
What's your
that's
favorite cocktail?
I think.
I do not consume.
At all?
It does nothing for me.
And what do you think about celestial bodies?
Is that a trick question?
No. I wish it was, but it ain't.
I think the planets are a wonderment of nature.
Okay, well, it was nice to meet you. We will be in touch.
All right, the lights go off again, smoke billows out, and he's gone.
There's a few of these guys that I'm a little concerned. Like, I want to lock my doors for
You
the
know,
next
like, I thought he was cool when he was talking about Grace being bad and that he'd had experience fighting them. And then he was like, I don't drink and like I have to carry out my purpose.
I'm just concerned that he would be unreliable, that his spirit would change, or
I mean, he certainly wouldn't have loyalty to the party. I see your point there. Sure.
Yeah.
so that's all the names, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Who's up? Who else?
No.
There's a surprise contender.
Solemnly,
Oh God.
Vorson walks to the stage.
No.
So, I just want you all to know, all of those were a decoy. I'm the real candidate here. You might know me from our many adventures together. I have many skills. I'm a very good investigator. I'm fine with a little occasional murder.
Call me when Effecta wants to join us.
She's busy. It's just me. I'm the
And
only
doesn't like
option.
Vorson gets my vote.
How do you spell Vorson? Vorsin?
S-E-N.
By the way, Al, I really enjoyed how you dragged his token one step at a time. I was like, please no. Please no.
So, what questions do you have for me?
Why?
Are these milkshakes on you or?
Like, aren't you happy to be done with this?
Done? There's so much more work to be done. Peaches understands. Cornelius understands.
Get us killed.
I mean, yeah, I understand that work needs to get done, but
Peaches, do you want to kill the Greys or not?
well, of course, but that don't necessarily make you the right fit for our team.
So I actually do have a question here.
Yes.
If you
go
are
ahead.
actually tough enough to hang with us, why were you not more directly involved with our last conflict?
Ooh.
I was busy on assignment.
No, you weren't. Your assignment was us.
Yes, I was assigned to watch you.
So you're just gonna leave the stewards? Is that what you're saying?
I've earned quite a bit of vacation time thanks to our recent partnership, and I'm willing to cash it in.
Yeah, sorry. Listen, buddy. No.
Oh, are you sure?
I think you're really needed with the stewards. They don't really have a lot of free thinkers like you, you know.
That
Also,
is
like,
a
their
good
numbers are
point.
kind of decimated over there on Roselight. They
Fine
can
point.
really use you.
We're gonna need a resource on the inside, you know?
You're the guy on the computer that's talking to us through the air.
He,
Spider-Man. Anyone?
yeah, he twitches his antennae, and the little tiny foot claws around his throat just kind of move rhythmically, and he says, "Yes, I can see it now. I can control the web of information. This is very appealing to me. You've convinced me." And he storms off immediately.
Hey, so Nathan is actually doing like a list and like a top 10, which I think is a pretty good idea.
Top 10
Rank
for
choice.
what?
Ranked choice voting.
We should do star voting.
Cool.
Oh, you
So,
mean for us to vote on?
Well, I mean, like,
number one.
well, I don't know if, and again, Amber, you could tell me where Peaches is at, but I mean, I think I can literally cut all but 3 of these guys.
Morrison throws his card on the table before he
Where's
leaves, just
your
in case
rank
you change
choice
your mind.
voting?
Two, I think.
So I will be very honest that I cannot differentiate between Zero and Edge right now as my number one. And I would say if I had to have a 2 and 3 after that, it would be honestly the scientist guy, and then the pilot envoy guy would be like 2 and 3 after that.
If you guys did have some like out of character type questions that you think are important for like out of character reasons, I'll answer.
Well, there's no question that we would background check all these guys and just look them up and stuff like that. Like, I mean,
And we
Ava
need to
Ava
know.
will immediately veto anyone that like has like some sort of horrific criminal record.
Does Ava have veto power? Like, I mean, you seem to be making some assumptions there.
Well, I mean, I assume that. She would immediately cast her doubts.
We also need to know everyone's ice cream preference and do they like the Olive Garden? Because that's going to influence.
I mean, that's really
So,
too much work.
But yeah.
A flaw for me as a role player is that I cannot bring myself to act as someone who does not love Olive Garden. So they're all going to love Olive Garden.
Excellent.
That's fair.
And that's just something I need to work on.
But yeah, like, so Amber, like I said, like those 2 are by far my number one though. So like, I'm not sure if
Put numbers on this list.
Where is it? I don't know what you're
Down
talking about.
further.
Your list, the one you made.
Yeah, I just deleted mine because it's
Oh.
pretty much. I mean, I was kind of trolling with my first
His
two.
answers were definitely troll answers, but he did stumble on a good idea.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a list.
Like, are you talking like 1 to 10 or how many? 1 to 11?
Yeah.
One being
if
the
you
highest.
only care about picking 5, then you can only pick
I mean,
5.
Jed really is kind of my number one pick, but
I mean, you guys can also do it however you want. I just noticed that and thought it was a good idea. I don't know if you
Okay.
guys want to vote on it right now or like reveal the results next week in a shocking conclusion. I don't know. I don't care.
I also don't know if you all care about any overlap between other potential character archetypes.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Sadly, we
And that's why I'm
can't.
like,
Sadly,
I'm
we
gonna
can't go
answer
off of that.
questions that you think are important.
so I can tell you out of character, I tend to agree with Amber's choices and think they're fine.
Where is Amber's choices? I can't see this.
so on the epilogue page,
Yeah, it has color coded.
Yeah.
I have a second page that says Jack character.
Where is this?
If you have the epilogue spreadsheet open, there's another sheet on the bottom.
I
I'll
see.
go ahead
Can you relink it?
There you go.
So green is somebody I would definitely pick. Yellow, maybe. Red.
Well,
no.
So I can.
Hold on, real quick. I do think, regardless of if we do an answer now or later, do we want to cut the stream and do deliberations?
Yeah, I would say that we can do that.
Yeah, this is a good time.
It's also 11.
Yeah, it is. So thank you to anyone who has been listening this evening, as we have had a parade of interesting characters presented for consideration for a position on the team. We will pick back up on Sunday, correct? Or are you busy Sunday?
Sunday works.
Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for the Slithering. And then next Monday evening at 6 p.m. for part 3 of our epilogue in the Threefold Conspiracy. And perhaps in 2 weeks, we'll be ready for Devastation Arc.
That's cute.
Isn't it? Good night.